Hey, Culés! Are you ready to feel the excitement like never before? Because today isn't just any day, it's not just another Friday in September 2025. No, ladies and gentlemen, today is the day, the moment we've all been waiting for, dreaming about, imagining in every corner of our Blaugrana souls. Spotify Camp, our temple, our home, our football sanctuary, is reopening its doors. We're returning to the Camp Nou with a legendary comeback. And yes, I'm writing this in all caps because this isn't just any match, it's not just another event on the calendar. This is history, passion, and an adrenaline rush that will keep us all on the edge of our seats. So take a deep breath, turn the volume up to the max, and get ready for a narrative that will be more epic than Iniesta's goal at Stamford Bridge. We're living in the present, in this exact moment, and the atmosphere in Barcelona is electric. The streets of Les Courts are alive, overflowing with Blaugrana jerseys, scarves fluttering in the wind, and chants echoing as if Johan Cruyff himself is conducting the orchestra from heaven. Culés, young and old, are walking toward the stadium with that mix of nervousness and euphoria you only feel when you know a legendary moment is about to happen. The Spotify Camp, this coliseum that has seen Messi dance with the ball, Ronaldinho pull off impossible moves, and Xavi craft passes like Picasso painting a masterpiece, is ready to welcome us back. And no, this isn't a dream, it's real as the chills you're feeling right now in your stomach. The stadium, under construction since May 2023, has been like that friend who goes on a long journey and promises to return as an improved version of themselves. Well, the Camp Nou has kept its promise. LAMINE, the Turkish construction company that has worked tirelessly to transform our stadium into a modern marvel, has done a breathtaking job. Imagine a stadium that blends Barca's history with cutting-edge technology, stands that seem to embrace you, and an atmosphere that makes you feel like you're at the center of the football universe. The first two tiers of seating are already operational, meaning 60,000 Culés will be able to roar together on August 10, 2025, when FC Barcelona plays the Joan Gamper Trophy. That's more people than at a Rosalia concert, and with the same level of passion. Let's talk about the Gamper, because this isn't just any Joan Gamper Trophy. It's not just a pre-season match to test legs and tactics. This Gamper is the kickoff, the moment when Barca comes home with a resounding and emotional statement, Tornem a casa, vibram, we're coming home, let's vibrate. And if you're already freaking out about this, subscribe to the channel, because what's coming is even stronger. Picture the immaculate pitch, the stadium lights illuminating the Barcelona night, and the roar of the fans when the team steps onto the field. The opponent hasn't been announced yet, but it doesn't matter if it's Bayern, Tottenham, or a third division team from Pony. This match isn't about the opponent, it's about us, the Culés, our home, our pride. Let me paint the scene for you. It's the night of August 10th, and the Spotify Camp is packed. The stands, though not yet at 100% of their final capacity, are vibrating as if they have a life of their own. The workers have been racing against the clock, and although the third tier of seating and the double VIP ring are still under construction, what's already ready is out of this world. The giant screens are playing an emotional video montage of the Camp Nou's greatest moments. Sergi Roberto's goal against PSG, the 5-0 thrashing of Mourinho's Real Madrid, Messi's impossible dribble against Getafe, and suddenly, Joan Laporta appears on the screen with that smile of someone who knows he's about to make history. The president, the mastermind behind the Espai Barca project, speaks words that resonate in every Culés heart, Tornem a casa, we're coming home, and the stadium erupts. But it hasn't all been smooth sailing, has it? Because Culés know that life isn't a perfect first-time pass from Xavi. The Camp Nou's renovation has had its dramatic moments, like a Catalan telenovela. There was a time when the Barcelona City Council threw a wrench in the works with the initial occupancy license, and we all scratched our heads, thinking, now what? But Barca, with that grinta that defines us, negotiated with the City Council, the Mossos d'Esquadra, Catalan police, the fire department, and even UEFA to make sure everything was in order. And it seems they've succeeded, because the latest news indicates that by early September, we'll have the final green light for the stadium to be fully operational. So no worries, our return isn't an illusion. Returning to the Camp Nou isn't just about cement, stands, and LED lights. It's something deeper, something that touches our souls. This stadium isn't just a place where football is played, it's a symbol. It's where generations of Culés have shouted, cried, laughed, and hugged strangers as if they were family. It's where we've seen legends like Kubala, Cruyff, Maradona, Romario, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, and, of course, Messi, work their magic. It's where we've celebrated La Liga titles, Copa del Rey's, Champions Leagues, and even that Club World Cup that made us feel like the world was Blaugrana. And now, after 2 years of exile at the Estadio Olímpic Luis Companys, we're coming home. And we're not just coming back any old way, we're returning to a stadium that promises to be the best in the world. Let's talk for a moment about that exile, because Culés, we're a bit like hobbits, we love our comfort, our home. Playing at Montjuic wasn't bad. In fact, we won La Liga 2024-2025 there, which is no small feat, but let's be honest, Luis Companys is not the Camp Nou. It's like sleeping on a friend's couch, it's fine, it gets the job done, but it's not your bed. We missed the Camp Nou stands, the smell of freshly cut grass, the echo of the chants, and even that tortilla sandwich that always tastes better at the stadium. Now, finally, we're back in our place, and we're doing it with a stadium that isn't just more modern, it's also more sustainable. Because yes, my Culé friends, the new Spotify camp isn't just beautiful, it's responsible. The club has implemented a sustainable mobility plan that deserves applause. What does that mean? It means the days of driving to the stadium like we're in a Formula One race are over. The goal is to reduce private car use, promote public transportation, and have Culés arrive at the stadium by metro, bus, or even on foot, like pilgrims in search of the Blaugrana Holy Grail. This doesn't just help the environment, it also makes life easier for the neighbors of Les Courts, who've already put up with enough during the construction. So, you know what to do on August 10th. Leave the car at home and come with your scarf around your neck, ready to sing the Cant del Barça at the top of your lungs. And speaking of chants, imagine the moment when the Barça anthem blares through the new camp. Just thinking about it gives me chills. Tot el camp es un clam, the whole camp is a cry, will echo like never before, because we won't just be celebrating a match, we'll be celebrating a return we've been waiting for years. And if that already gives you goosebumps, imagine what it'll be like to experience it live, soaking in every second of this historic moment. The return to the camp also has its practical side. The stadium, though not yet 100% complete, already has an impressive initial capacity. The first 2 tiers of seating allow for 60,000 fans for the Gamper, but the plan is that by September 13th or 14, when we play against Valencia in La Liga, we'll already have around 30,000 spectators for the first official match. And you know what? This is just the beginning, because the Espai Barca project doesn't stop there. The new Camp Nou, once fully completed, will be a beast of over 100,000 seats, with a third tier of stands that will make the stadium look like a volcano erupting every time we score a goal. Plus, there will be a double VIP ring for those who want to treat themselves, a roof to protect fans from the rain, goodbye to those soaked afternoons, and an exterior urbanization that will turn the stadium surroundings into a place where you'll want to spend the whole day. But let's not fool ourselves, what really matters isn't just the concrete or the lights, it's what happens on the pitch. And that's where Hansi Flick comes in, the coach who has reignited the passion of Barcelonismo. Flick, with his intense style and his no one surrenders here look, has prepared the team to make this return something unforgettable. The match against Valencia will be the first official test at home, and the players know they're not just playing for 3 points, they're playing to make history. Imagine Lewandowski finishing off a perfect cross, LAMINE YAMAL breaking through defenses with his dribbles, or GAVI winning back the ball like his life depends on it. All of this at the camp. Who needs Netflix when you have this? By the way, I can't talk about the return without mentioning the fans, because Culés aren't just spectators, we're the soul of the team. During these 2 years at Montjuic, we showed that Barcelonismo isn't confined to stadiums. We filled the Luis Companys, sang until we lost our voices, and followed the team like it was a religion. But now, returning to the camp is like coming back to the cathedral after a long pilgrimage. And it's not just us returning, it's the memories, too. Do you remember the remontada against PSG or Ronaldinho's goal against Chelsea, when the whole stadium stood up as if they just witnessed a miracle? Those moments are etched into the camp's walls, and now, we're going to write new chapters. The return also has an emotional component we can't ignore. The camp isn't just a stadium, it's a place where we've lived moments that have marked us forever. It's where we celebrated the 2006 Champions League with Belletti's goal, where we saw Messi lift the Ballon d'Or, where Pep Guardiola taught us that football could be an art. And now, with this return, we have the opportunity to create new memories. Imagine kids going to the camp for the first time with wide eyes, seeing their idols live, or grandparents bringing their grandkids, telling them stories from the days when Cruyff changed a game with a single pass. That's Barca. That's the camp. And don't think this return is only for those who can be inside the stadium, because Barcelonismo is global, and we'll all experience this moment together, from Barcelona to Buenos Aires, from Tokyo to New York. Social media is on fire with Culés from all over the world sharing their emotions. The video the club released with that sensory campaign, in collaboration with Spotify, was a direct hit to the heart. The sounds of Catalonia, the music that defines us, the images of the stadium taking shape, all of it reminds us why we're Culés. And if you want to keep living this emotion with us, you know what to do. Click that subscribe button and don't miss a second of this adventure. Let's talk for a moment about what comes after the Gamper, because the return to the camp doesn't end on August 10th. The match against Valencia will be the first official game, but the stadium will keep growing. The third tier of stands, the VIP ring, the roof, all of it will be ready in the coming months, and by the 2026 to 2027 season, the camp will be a stadium from another world, with a capacity of over 100,000 Blaugrana souls. But even now, with this partial reopening, the atmosphere promises to be spectacular. The Culés lucky enough to be in the stands on August 10th will be the first to experience this new era, and I assure you, it'll be something they'll tell their grandkids about. And I can't end this narrative without talking about Joan Laporta. Because, dear Culés, this man has been the captain of this ship in the storm. When the work began, some doubted, saying the Espai Barca project was too ambitious, that we wouldn't pull it off. But Laporta, with his mix of vision and stubbornness, showed that Barca always finds a way. He fought with the city council, negotiated with La Liga and UEFA, and kept the Culés' hope alive. So, from here, a round of applause for the Presi, who has carved out his place in this story. In summary, Culés, we're living through a historic moment. The return to the Spotify camp is so much more than a match, so much more than a stadium. It's a return to our roots, to our essence. It's time to shout, Visca el Barca, louder than ever, to fill the stands with passion, to show the world that Barcelonismo is more alive than ever. So get your scarves ready, tune your voices, and come vibrate with us, because on August 10th, 2025, the camp will be our home again. And what a home, my friends! What a home! And as the echo of Visca el Barca rings in our heads, let me take you by the hand into this magical moment, because the return to the Spotify camp isn't just an event, it's an experience you feel in every fiber of your being. We're here, in the present, this Friday in September 2025, hearts racing at 1,000 miles an hour, knowing that on August 10th, when the Joan Gamper Trophy kicks off, we'll live through something that can't be explained with words. But I'll try, because it's more than football, more than a stadium, more than a match. It's the soul of Barcelonismo in its purest expression, and every detail matters.